Welcome back on this Thursday. I'm John Pasterek. Well, the U.S.S. Kid has left Baton Rouge for the first time in more than 40 years. The historic destroyer is headed down the river to Houma for a facelift. 42 years ago, it was the new kid in town when it sailed into the Baton Rouge riverfront to write a new chapter in its storied history. Let's look back. For 4 decades, the U.S.S. Kid has guarded the riverfront and the history it represents and preserves.
Holding to the promise that freedom is not free.
If the navy gray walls of this Fletcher-class destroyer could talk, they would tell tales from the high seas of a historic ship that served with distinction in World War II in Korea, and of the brave sailors that served and sacrificed, inspired by the Navy motto of not self, but country. They would also relive the kid's second coming in 1982, and when it was saved from the scrapyard, towed to its new home port, Baton Rouge, and restored. And August 27, 1983, when she opened to the public for the first time. It was a day of military flyovers, naval pomp and circumstance, and special coverage from WBRZ. We carried the opening ceremonies live, with special guests like then Louisiana Congressman Henson Moore, who led the effort to bring the kid to Baton Rouge.
You're not going to recognize the riverfront down here in Baton Rouge in a few years. The mayor and the city council working with us, and the Kid Commission, the Labor War Memorial Commission. Back behind us will be a beautiful plaza. Then back over here behind the kid is going to be a 2-story museum that's just started being constructed.
Former Baton Rouge mayor, the late Pat Screen, who saw the historic and economic benefits of this new kid in town.
But it's just a great addition to the Baton Rouge riverfront, and will be the catalyst for so much future development here.
And someone who was tied to the kid through history and legacy. The late Morris Boy Clements. He served on the kid during World War II and even survived a Japanese kamikaze attack on the ship.
Baton Rouge did a beautiful job on it. I didn't think they'd ever be able to clean this ship up, but they really done a nice job on that ship.
Does it look like it did back in World War II?
Yes, it did. It looked just like it was. A lot of things are missing on it, but it really looks good. It really looks nice. A lot of people done a lot of work on it and really done a very nice job.
40 years later, the U.S.S. Kid continues to guard the riverfront and the history it represents and preserves, teaching future generations the lessons of war, peace, and remembrance on days like July 4th, Memorial Day, and Pearl Harbor Day.
I want my children and my grandchildren, even the ones yet to be born, to know that freedom is not free, the great sacrifices that men and women gave.